Dear fellow child rights advocates, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Um, I'm sorry I've not been able to speak to us since we started this. It's because there are a lot of other um, groundwork that needed to be done, which I believe were at the tail end of their completion. Um, Let me start by telling you a little bit of myself. I am Ikechukwu Ikeron. Friends call me Ike, or Ike. I'm from Nigeria, Anambra State to be precise. I did my undergrad in Nigeria at Nanda Azikiwe University, Awka. Then I did my first master's at the University of Massachusetts, in the state of Massachusetts, in the US. I did peace and conflict transformation. I worked a little bit with the adult population, but I later discovered that for us to get it right, we need to catch them young. So I decided to step down or rather step up, however you would say it, to working with the youth population, youth in children. And I discovered there is a lot to be achieved, changed, and the likes. So I went for a master's degree in child and youth care at the University of Victoria in British Columbia, Canada. There I focused on creating a psychosocial intervention for at-risk children and youth, how best to help them not go into the juvenile justice system. And in the process, I discovered that a lot of things or things that are taken for granted over here are lacking in Nigeria and in Africa. So I decided to look more critically on child rights acts, because every country of this world is a signatory to the Convention on Rights of Children and Youth. So I picked up another program, this time a PhD in Child and Youth Studies. I'm currently in my second year at Brock University. Brock University is in St. Catherine in Ontario, Canada. I have kids. I work with kids. I have friends that have kids. So I understand that there are a lot of violations that are going on, especially on children and youth, on their rights. So I thought it wise for us to come together to advocate for them, because they are seen but not heard. So let's see them and also make them to be heard. And from the posts that I've seen so far, the responses that I've seen so far, I'm very, very convinced that we will go miles and places with this. So in a nutshell, we will be engaging in programs that, fundamentally will allow us to pick up an area that we think we have strength on, and try to do sensitization in those areas. And so the program is going to be like having like a 10 to 15 minutes video of what you think you can do to promote the rights of children in your locality. The 15 minutes video, 10 to 15 minutes video, will be in form of proposal of what you think you will do. We'll have entries, and at the end of the day, unfortunately, we do not have enough funds, because this is self-funded. So, and of course, I'm a student, so I don't have much money, but I know that in due course we'll be able to get enough money to, to fund many projects. So for now, we'll start with, after we had sent in our proposals, we'll pick three proposals that are going to be given initial funding of 50,000 naira. And that 50,000 naira is for you to create awareness on that project that you want to do. Then we come back, you submit the proposal, the video, of course, of what you want to do. I will list out 10 areas that we will be focusing on. So at the end of the submission of the proposals, we'll pick another three. The three that we'll pick now will receive funding of 150,000 naira each. That 150,000 naira each is for you to now, organize that program. For instance, if it's in terms of raising awareness, you could do a proposal telling us why you want to raise awareness, on what issue, what problems are you trying to solve. So if eventually your proposal gets that 50k, you create a mini program, that 50k can solve. Then you submit the video back again. So if you get approved for the second time, then you're receiving 150,000 naira, which makes the total funding 200,000. The criteria for selection is the highest, the video that receives the highest number of likes, views, and comments all put together. It's going to be a mixture of the three. So let's start from there, and we can, of course, expand as time progresses. We all know that addressing human rights violations against children in Africa, especially in Nigeria, is a crucial and a noble cause. So here are the ways that I think we can support this cause. We can raise awareness. We can use social media platforms, blogs, and other channels to raise awareness about child rights violation in Africa, or in Nigeria, as the case may be, by sharing stories, statistics, and news articles, organizing awareness campaigns, workshops, and seminars in your local community to educate people about the issue. This is one aspect. The other one is advocacy and lobbying. You can join or support organizations and NGOs that work towards protecting children's rights. So these organizations often engage in advocacy and lobbying efforts to influence policies and legislations. So you can write letters or emails to your local representatives urging them to prioritize child rights issues in their agenda, making reference to what we are doing. The third one is donation and fundraising for your own project. So you can ask friends to contribute financially to organizations that provide resources and support to children in need. So it could be going to an NGO, organizing people and sending stuff to NGOs, or motherless babies' homes, youth centers. It all depends on what you have from your locality. So organizing fundraiser, charity events, or crowdfunding campaigns to collect funds for child rights organizations. You can pick up any organization that interests you, raise funds for them, and let us know what you've done. The other one is volunteering. You can volunteer your time and skills to organizations working on child rights issues. You can offer your expertise in areas such as education, healthcare, legal assistance, or counseling. Just consider volunteering locally or even traveling to the affected region to provide hands-on support. The next is support education initiatives. You can help build schools, provide educational materials, or sponsor the education of disadvantaged children, promote awareness of the importance of education for children's future, and advocate for better access to quality education. Now, I'm not asking you to build schools. Eventually we're going to get there. Eventually, but for now, you can go into a local primary school, a local secondary school, and get this done. And also, I'm going to put this in writing so that we can make reference to it. The other one is that for those of us that might know some lawyers or those that are lawyers, so for them we can do legal aid and advocacy. We can support local aid organizations that work to protect children's rights, especially in areas, in cases of child trafficking, child labor, and abuse. We can advocate for stronger child protection laws and enforcement mechanisms in the affected areas. Then, also mentorship and counseling is also very important to us. So we can offer mentorship or counseling services to children who have experienced trauma or abuse. We can partner with local therapists and mental health professionals to provide support to affected children and their families. We can also collaborate with international organizations. We might see this as a very lofty program, but I can assure you that it's doable. It's the field that I've been in for over 10 years, and I think it's worth investing our time. So you can collaborate with international organizations like UNICEF, Save the Children, or Amnesty International, which have a global reach and resources to address children rights violation. You can also choose to promote child welfare in businesses. For us, those of us that might be in business, we can encourage businesses and corporations to adopt child-friendly policies, especially in industries where children labor is prevalent. We can support and buy products from companies that follow ethical practices regarding child labor. And the last but not the least, we can engage with local communities by building relationships with local communities in affected areas. Let's understand their needs and challenges and work together to find sustainable solutions. Remember that addressing child rights violation is a complex and ongoing process, and it requires persistence, collaboration, and long-term commitment. So by taking these actions, I can assure you that you can contribute to improving the lives of children in Nigeria and help them enjoy their fundamental human rights. So we will be meeting soon via Zoom. I'm going to send I will keep updating us of the things that are going to be coming up soon. But this is the inaugural stage where we start from. If there is anything that you need clarification on, you can use the WhatsApp feature or the chat, and we can trash it out. And also, I encourage you to send these videos out to as so many people as possible, so that we can have a lot of people coming to work for the betterment of our children. Let's start today. The Chinese proverb that says that the best time to plant a tree is last 20 years, but the next best time is today. So let's start today. Share these videos, let people know what we're doing, let them come and join us. It won't cost you anything. Rather, you will gain, in terms of experience, financially, and otherwise. It's a win-win situation for every one of us. So let others know about our project, and let us start receiving the proposal in video format, between 10 and 15 minutes of what you think you can do. Once again, my name is Ike or Ike, whatever that is comfortable for you. And thank you for listening, and thank you for also taking up this lofty project. And we'll see again. All right, bye-bye.